Hey guys, this is Jonathan Behee with the first tier Greater Kansas City. Some of you might know me as Coach Jonathan, might have had me in a class as your lead coach. Other people, you guys might have interacted with me as the program director. I'm making this video today to let you guys know that we're starting a YouTube series called Tea Time. We're really looking for ways that we can engage and interact with our participants while this COVID-19 breakout is going on. Now, in some cases, that's going to call for us getting a little bit creative beyond what we normally do. I think that the whole purpose of these videos is going to be to share some pretty cool golf knowledge with you guys. I've been playing, some of you may know this, I've been playing golf since I was about 5 years old. I'm almost 30 now, so I've been playing golf for about 25 years of my life. I've developed quite a bit of knowledge about the game through attaining the up to level 3. I'm a certified first tee coach. Like I said, I've just been playing golf for a while. I'd like to share some of the intricacies of the golf swing with you guys, some of the things that go through my mind when I play, as well as other people that I've picked up tips and tricks from over the years. Beyond that, yes, we're going to be talking about some golf stuff. Beyond that, I think that we'll also be talking about how certain approaches to the life skills that you may have learned in first tee can be helpful amidst this situation where it's different. We might not be too sure what the next few months are going to look like here in Kansas City, elsewhere in the United States, or even globally. I've been following the news a little bit. I'm not the most informed person on the matter. As of right now, we still plan to be getting back out on the course with you guys on June 1st. That's the start of our summer session. We're still going forward planning on that date. However, things may change as we find out more information. So the purpose of these videos is going to be to bring some of those elements that you might have been getting in class this spring to your YouTube so you can watch them at home. I'm going to be providing you guys with some tips and tricks as well that you can maybe go out in the backyard. I don't know. I'm going to turn this really quick so you guys can see what I'm working with. I live in a very small apartment. Oops, sorry. So, let me open this real fast. This right here my little patio. It's not large. Also, show you guys the total space I have. There's my living room. Kitchen's kind of a mess, don't judge. Kitchen. The whole point of that, guys, is to show you that we can do a lot with a little. I don't have the most space to continue to practice my golf game, but there is stuff that I'm doing, even in a space this small, that is helping me get ready for whenever we do pick up our first tee season, as well as when it's a little bit safer to get out of your quarantine situation and go play. I want to be ready for that. I don't want to go out and struggle my first time. So yeah, I think that's pretty much, the whole point of this is, I know, also kind of want to add, I know that you guys are probably getting some element of school from home. I don't know exactly what that looks like. If you're entirely online and nothing's really changed, if you're attending classes like normal, or if you have like a certain number of hours a day you have to attend and sit in on sessions, you guys can let me know what that looks like. You probably have my email address. There's going to be a comment section down below. Let us know about what it kind of looks like for you, because we don't know what it's like in every single school district or at every single school, and we'd be interested to know so that we can cater to that. But yeah, beyond that, what we really want to make sure that we do is keep this fun. I don't want this to feel like something that you sit in and watch because, it's like a requirement, just like a class. Nah, we're just going to have fun with this. We're going to make sure that we keep this lighthearted, fun, all that good stuff. So, that being said, that's why we're here. Let's go ahead and get this first video kicked off. All right. So, what we're going to be talking about today, guys, is we're going to be talking about some putting. All right. Putting is probably the easiest aspect of your golf game to practice when you're away from a golf course. It's the safest to do inside the house because we're not taking big swings. We can actually putt with real golf balls. You might have seen, I've actually seen some videos on TikTok and on YouTube of people like Dude Perfect, GM Golf, what's that guy, the ultimate Frisbee player? I can't remember his name, but he does golf videos now too on YouTube. I've seen some videos of them chipping and pitching inside of their house, or they might have like a simulator. Like I know Dude Perfect, they have a ton of money off of their YouTube content. They have a simulator. Obviously, not everybody's going to have that luxury. I know some of you do, though. I actually have been talking to some parents in the off season about, like what kind of equipment that you need to set up like a hitting station in your garage. I think that's so cool. That's awesome. For those of you that are interested, I can definitely, talk about what a typical garage setup looks like. You don't need a simulator. You can still get the full benefit out of hitting in a garage type setting or a basement with a high enough ceiling if you have just like a hitting net and a mat and a bunch of golf balls. So if you're interested in that too, leave a comment, leave a like. No, I'm not gonna do that. So, like I said, guys, putting generally the easiest to practice away from the course. There are a variety of drills and exercises that you can work on, even from your living room. We're not going to really focus about too many drill-oriented things today. I think that that's a topic for a later video when we can get a little bit more technical. Right now, I'm going to keep this really cursory. And the thing that we're going to talk about today takes place even before we hit our putts. So a lot of you might be thinking with putting like, oh, well, the length of my stroke is what I'm going to be working on, or oh, my grip is what I'm going to be working on, or oh, my stance, aim and alignment, those type of things. In reality, I think that a lot of participants that I've interacted with, as well as, adults that I play golf with, they could really benefit from taking a look at what they do before they even hit a putt. And so what we're going to do is we're going to be talking about some patience today, because I think remembering that you can take your time with your putts is such an important skill, because I know from what I've seen from a lot of our first tee participants, a lot of the classes that I coach, is we get up to our ball on the green, we set our putter down, we look at the hole, that's great, we know where the hole is, and then boom, we hit our putt. I'm willing to bet that if somebody does that, they're not going to hit a very good putt. Either their distance control is going to be off, their aim and alignment is going to be off because they didn't take enough time. What I want you guys to try to do is integrate patience to a pre-shot putting routine. Now, I know that sounds a little bit crazy, but before every single putt, there are a variety of things that you should do before you ever hit the putt. For example, you watch any golf tournament on TV, I 100% guarantee that you will see every pro out there in the field doing when they're standing behind their ball getting ready to putt. I'm sure almost all of you know what that is by now, because I'm sure your coaches brought it up. What they are doing is reading their putt. Now, the reason why they get down low, like this, behind the ball, is because that allows their eyes to get more in line with the level that the ground is. When you're lower to the ground and you're closer to the ground level, you can clearly see any slopes or undulations. I'm a pretty tall guy. It's hard for me to see if this green is moving left or right just by standing up tall like this. I might see one thing and then get down behind the ball and be like, oh wait, that's actually wrong. I can clearly see now that this ground's tilted this way, even though it looks like it was going that way. So, green reading, perfect example of something that I primarily only see our older kids doing it. Which it's something that you can do starting at age 7. Youngest kids in our program. You guys can be doing that stuff too. Now, I'm not saying that in practice you need to go and read every single putt that you hit, because you might not be working on reading greens in practice. You might just be working on your stroke, and that's fine. What we're talking about right here is skills that you go out to the course and you play. Okay? So, green reading, number 1. Okay? Number 2, practice putts. Now, I know that as a coach, I have to say, all right, James, you need to take 2 practice strokes before every putt that you hit in order to get kids to actually have practice strokes. Practice strokes are so important because it acts as a rehearsal. Not only that, it loosens you up too. I think that sometimes we just lack the patience to go through these extra steps that will, in the long run, over thousands of putts hit, over the long run, taking the practice strokes is going to help us hit consistently better putts. It might not work every time, but for the most part, it's going to. So, I'm going to show you what my practice routine looks like, and you guys can kind of see, if you want to borrow some elements of that or not. So, I've already been back, read my putt, I'm coming up, I'm looking at the hole, I'm not over my golf ball yet. I'm about this far to the left of my golf ball. I don't want to accidentally hit it with my putter when I'm making practice strokes. And what I'm doing is I'm looking, you can follow the bill of my cat. I'm looking at the golf hole and I'm just rocking my arms back and forth. I did that about 4 or 5 times there. Now, the element that I want you guys to understand from that is that I'm using the practice stroke in order to develop my feel for the putt. Again, if you've had me as a coach or any of our other first tee coaches, I am sure you've heard that distance control reigns supreme, or it is the most important key factor in hitting good putts. If your distance control is good, but your aim and alignment not so good, you're still going to have a putt that far away, which you can make. Now, let's say your aim and alignment is perfect, but your distance control is off. You hit it 10 feet harder than you needed to hit it. You're still going to have a 10-foot putt coming back. Those are a lot harder to make than these right here. So, I'm taking practice strokes to develop my feel. One thing I do see a lot is people getting too technical with their practice strokes. They're like really focused on the mechanics of their putting stroke. They're trying to make sure their putter stays perfectly straight, back and through. Don't worry about that. Use your practice stroke as a way to develop your feel for the stroke. Now, third step varies for everybody. Putting is an art form that you personally develop because it feels comfortable to you. For me, I like to set my putter down behind the golf ball, then set my feet. I remember those rehearsal strokes that I just took, and then I hit my putt. Now, that probably took me, that took me about 3 minutes to go through. In reality, when I'm actually out on the golf course, there might be a time where it takes even longer than that because I'm not sure about my read on the greens. You'll see pros go around to the other side of their putt on the other side of the hole, and they'll read it from back there and then walk back around. I'm not saying you guys need to do that for every putt to hit good putts. I'm just saying patience can help you get more prepared and ready to hit each putt that you hit. So obviously we've talked about how patience is super important to have when you're out on the golf course, especially when it comes to putting, especially when it comes to your pre-shot routine. how does that help you? Because you guys know by now, first tee is about more than what you experience when you're actually out on the golf course. It's about more than how much better you get at chipping or pitching or full swinging a golf ball. First tee is about how you can take the skills you learn as a golfer and apply them to real life to become better suited, become more successful, become more confident, more respectful, more honest, those type of things. I think that patience is something that's really important to remember right now. We're in a situation where we're cooped up at home for a vast majority of our time. I'm sure that we all ran out of all the fun stuff that we were going to do like a week or two ago. I know I did. I've played more video games in the past 2 weeks than I have probably in the past, like all year in 2020. It is a situation where, how are we going to pass this time? How are we going to better ourselves when it's not immediately obvious? Like, we don't have our set first tee class anymore, right? We don't have that Tuesday night commitment for the next 6 weeks where we go out to the golf course and we learn all this stuff. So how are we going to interact with you guys, and how are we going to teach these things? Well, I think watching these videos is a good start. I think remembering the concepts that we talk about and how they relate to golf and trying to apply them outside of golf is also like equally important. Patience, great thing to remember. If you have siblings, be patient with them. I'm sure that they're getting on your nerves already. I know I'm an only child, so I don't exactly know how that goes, but I know I've seen quite a few siblings in our program, and I can understand that. With our parents, being patient with our parents, they're probably getting a little bit frustrated too, just because they're trying to make sure that you guys are, active and engaged, doing your schoolwork while maintaining, whatever job responsibilities they might have if they're working from home or whatever the case may be. So remembering that you can be patient with others in your environment, and it's ultimately going to lead to better relationships, better energy in the household. In golf, being patient during our putting pre-shot routine leads to better putts. So I want you guys to go out and try to be patient. Well, don't go out. Stay in, but patience. All right, guys. So this video has actually gone on longer than I intended it to because I wanted to introduce you guys to this concept of Tee Times, the video series that we're going to be doing. It's going to be airing at 4 p.m. Monday through Friday every week for the next 6 weeks at least. So you guys can plan on it. There will be a combination of YouTube video uploads at that time, as well as probably some live streams, but I'm brand new to this, so please be understanding that, it's not exactly comfortable for me to put up my camera and talk to you guys like this. Once I get a little bit more familiar with that and with my video editing skills, just using YouTube in general, we'll probably do a few live streams if the interest is there. I would love to be able to interact with you guys in real time and see my chat feed like on the side, answer questions, do like Q&A like type sessions. That would be super fun for me. Because as you can imagine, I'm coming up with all this content that I want to get over and discuss with you guys, all these games and activities and stuff like that. Speaking of which, we'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, so 4 p.m. Monday through Friday on the First Tee KC YouTube channel. Link will be in the description. Tune in, please. I'm going to be putting a lot of effort into all these. I want you guys to watch them. Share them with other participants that you know. If you think that this message could be helpful for others outside of the First Tee Network, share it with them. Anybody's welcome. I want to make this a place where you guys can come hang out virtually and get some cool golf drills, get some cool game ideas, get some cool things that you can do in your backyard to help you improve. We might even do some videos from a golf course. I don't know exactly what their status is in terms of like being open or not. I've heard a couple of them are. Might try to get out to a golf course and film something from a putting green, something like that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please stay tuned to future episodes. I'm going to be putting a lot of effort into them, so I would love you guys to see them. Thank you. Alright guys, so I know I mentioned that we're going to be doing some activities, right? Fun and engaging. I've only talked so far, so we're going to try to transition into my challenge for you guys today. And actually, this is going to be a challenge for the next few weeks. The first tee of Greater Kansas City is doing a home golf challenge. I know you kids probably know about hashtags and all that stuff. I'm a little older, so I don't know too much about that. But hashtag home golf challenge or hashtag golf from home. Tag the first tee Kansas City. I want you guys to get on TikTok and make your own home golf hole. I'm going to show you how easy it is for you to just take stuff that you have laying around the house and try to develop something fun. So I have here an exercise mat turned upside down. Try to get my home gym on. So I had one of those laying around. Obviously, still got my golf clubs. And then I got an extra set here from my girlfriend that I can pull from. Got the exercise mat upside down. Some dumbbells holding it in place. We got a little ramp. I don't know if you guys can see this all the way over here. Got this beautiful little pink cup. We're going to try to do something fun. We're going to try to hit the ball into the cup. You might think, how is this really helping my golf skills? Well, A, it gets you grabbing a putter and hitting some putts. But B, this putt is it's quite hard. I probably won't make it. But you have to get your distance control perfect because you have to get the ball the right distance to land in the cup. And you also, oh man, you also might need to put another golf ball in the cup to keep it there. That was a pretty good effort though. I'm pretty pleased with that. So here in a second, I'm going to record myself playing my hole, upload it to TikTok. I'm going to tag @FirstTKC. I'm going to do my hashtag home golf challenge, hashtag golf from home. I already have a couple up there, and I know I've seen some from other participants as well. So please get out there, make something cool. It doesn't have to be complex. Just make something fun, creative, and upload it. Thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.